Now then, how are you doing? Right, today I'm on cucumbers. I'll give you a little tour of the garden as well, I think, because there's a lot going on in there. But I'm on cucumbers today. I'm going to sort out my conservatory. These cucumbers have gone humongous. So look at these. So they've got like little tendrils. They're not even little, they're massive. So I need to do something with these today. I've also got these, which are cucamelons. These are little cucumbers. So I'm going to have a bit of a clean up. I think I'm going to put them there with this trellis that I've bought from Poundland. So let's get all these cucumbers sorted and tied up and get the string all in place so that they can be nice, happy little bunnies and get on with flowering. I can let the bees in. I'm going to use this planter. It's already got holes in it. Why do they sell planters without holes in? That's what I'd like to know. So I'm going to use this for the cucamelons. I've already got the others in those, if you can see up there. And the great planters sitting on a shelf. So that's what's going to be the new home for the cucamelons. Let's get them done. That's the apple. I only got one germinated apple cucumber, that one. And that's staying in there. Right, let's sort these cucamelons out. We've got a little root ball, so they won't root big, so I can put all them, no problem, in there. Right, I'm going to use this stronger twine string here because these can get quite weighty with the cucumbers. They're not light things, so I'm going to put some trellis there on that window up there, and then I'm going to tie string, and I'll show you how I do that. So I'm thinking if I wedge that down there, right. So they're in. I've sort of pointed them in the right direction, and then hopefully now they'll climb up there. And I've held it in by string, and then they'll probably go across the string and so on. Alright, next one are these. So I do these a bit differently, so I'll show you how I do these now. Right, so I use these. So I don't know whether you've ever seen what these are. I don't even know what they're for. But they're like a curved cane. And someone gave them to me. And I thought, I'll use them. I don't know what for, but I'll find some use for them. Anyway, they've come in brilliant. So this is what I do with these. And I pop these in down the back. So can you see what I'm doing there? Like that. So if you can see, I've popped a curved cane at the back, like that. And I'm going to tie string off the top now, and then that can go across to the other side of the conservatory. So I'll do different directions. So we'll start here. I'll do this side first. I've changed my mind, I've put it on the other side. Because once they start crawling across, I can't move them. So that's one in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie that to the back of this metal stand just to secure it a little bit better. So I'll tie that. There. Right. Now then, the next one. I'll tie on this side. So you've got to think of where they're actually going to go, whether it's going to be crowded, because like tomatoes, these need airflow too. What I've done, so I've tied to that side, and then and it goes all the way across there, and on the other side I've got S hooks. Can you see? So they are these. So I've tied a piece of string to the side, and then it goes across like that onto that one, and then the other one goes up there and then down the other side like that. Okay, so you can see what I've done there. So now I'm going to go to this one. That's where you've got to go, up there like that, and I'll leave that propped up, and that, when I come back later on, will have wrapped its way around there. And then same with this one. See these? If you just show them where to go. So I'll pop that round there, just get it started. And honestly, they're so clever, these. Within an hour, that'll all be curled around there. Same with the string there, we'll get that going. So fascinating nature, isn't it? I love it so much. Right, that's that one. How many have I got here? Yeah. And the same with that one. And then the bigger they are, I'll actually wrap them around the string just to give them more support. Right, hopefully that'll do it there. This one's not quite big enough yet. Right, now we'll do the same on the other side with these two. God, I'm sweating in here. It's so warm. Sorry, lady. We don't sweat, do we? We glow. I'm glowing. It's so hot. Right. So, cucumbers. We'll do the cucumbers, not the melons. So these are, I'm going to climb up there, and then I've got string going up the ceiling, and then on hooks and across, and I've just positioned them. Got melons there. I can't see them. The leaves aren't as big, and I've put them in the corner over there because last year I had them near the door, and I think it was just a bit too cold for them, so I only got one melon off each. So I'm hoping to get a few more this year by tucking them away in the corner because it's warm here. I've put some string, just some string up them for them to climb, and I'll do that at a later date when I decide, because they'll probably go along the back wall there, I think. Around there somewhere anyway. So that's them sorted. Right, next job. Right, so cucumbers. What do I know about cucumbers? I've only grown them a couple of years, so I'm not an expert by any means, but this is what I know. You've just got to keep them fed because they're quite hungry plants, and water. So if you think about a cucumber, it's mostly water. They're very juicy, and if you don't water them, then they're just not going to produce any crops for you. So plenty of water, and then feed them once every 10 days like a tomato plant. Now they do get suckers, what they call suckers that grow outside. I don't bother taking suckers off. It's completely up to you. It's your choice whether you do it. Tomato plants do, but they're not a sucker. It's actually another plant that's growing. It's growing outside of the plant, and they produce tomatoes. So it's not sucker. It's not draining the energy out of the plant. It's just another branch coming off the plant producing more fruit. So, but that's up to you. If they get too bushy, then you're going to get rotten leaves, and they're going to start getting pest problems, disease problems. You're more likely to get fruit problems. Now, if you strip all the leaves, you're more likely to get split fruit, split tomatoes. So don't tamper about with them too much. That's my motto. If nature was making a tomato plant with no leaves on it, it would have made it that way. It's not made with no leaves on it, so don't strip them all off. Honestly, it breaks my heart when I see these people, these gardeners or these mass farmers that strip all the leaves off the tomatoes. It absolutely breaks my heart, because that's not how the plant's supposed to look. They just look dreadful. It's like shaving a dog's fur off. Why would you do that? Don't do it. That's my thing anyway. But if it suits you, then that's fine. But I always get massive harvests off my tomato plants, and I don't need to cut all the leaves off and make it bald. Completely up to you whether you do it. Anyway, stop harping on and go back to the cucumbers. So the same with cucumbers. Don't trim them or take leaves off and stuff. You do get white leaves. It's like a powdery white mildew type thing that comes on the leaves. But it's usually on the leaves at the bottom. It's not usually on the leaves where the fruit are producing. So don't worry about them too much. It's not a major problem. If they're bothering you, then just snip them off, snip the leaves off. That's what I've done, and it's not stopped them from producing fruit. it's not a major problem, and I've chucked them in my compost heap. So just go with nature. Also, both tomatoes and cucumbers need pollinators. So they must be in a position where you can let the bees in. So if you don't like bees and flies and all the rest of it, then they're going to have to be outdoors. But I don't mind. I love bees, so I don't mind. But you have to leave your doors open or your windows open if they're inside. So like I've got them in my conservatory, so that means that I leave my doors open all day, every day for the bees, and then once they've all gone at night, then I'll close them. Ooh. That there, that little tiny thing, is your future cucumber. So that'll flower, and then it needs pollination. So it needs pollinating. If they're not pollinated, they'll be bitter. So they need the bees. So these little tendrils here, all, if you can see there, it's already winding itself around, if you can just see there. And it's been less than half an hour since I did that. So yeah, so let them get on with it. If they get too bushy, then you can take out the leaf that grows in the middle there. You can take that out, just nip that out. But you don't have to. It just means you're probably going to water it more, but it's completely up to you whether you do it, but don't strip them bald. Right, so this variety is called Balcony Magic. There's a few people asked me what it is. So it doesn't grow more than 40 centimetres high. It's a mini one. So it's a determinate tomato, which means that it only grows to a certain height and then it stops growing. Unlike your other varieties of tomatoes that will just keep growing and growing, they're like a vine type and they're indeterminate. So your determinate stop growing, they only have a certain height. These are 40 centimetres, called Balcony Magic, and they're a cherry tomato, so you never ever 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 trim little tomatoes that are the determinate tomato. Never ever trim these back at all, or else you're not going to get any tomatoes off them, because they grow the little leaves. If I can show you in the middle there, let me zoom in. So that little leaf coming out of the branch there, that little, it's a new shoot. These are what other gardeners call suckers on the vine indeterminate tomatoes, the ones that grow tall. But never ever take them off, little ones, because they will produce fruit. They'll grow into more branches, producing more flowers, producing more tomatoes. And I've got 6 in a grow bag there, and because they're on a little, they're doing absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm going to give you a little tour now. So I'm going to update you on the garden, because quite a bit's been going on. Everything's flourishing, everything's looking absolutely beautiful. So I'll show you what I've been up to. It's just a little tour, quick one in my little garden, and then you're up to date of what's been going on. Now see this is a California pepper. So it's like a bell pepper, and I grew this last year, and I thought I'll try and overwinter my chili plants and my peppers, and they just all ended up like stalks with no leaves on, and they all looked dreadful. Most of them were dead. So this one still had a green stalk and had one little leaf coming out the top. So I thought, I can't do it, I just can't. So I repotted it and sat it in a corner, and look what's happened. It's grown back. I've never done that in my life before. Well done me, big pat on the back. Woohoo! Right, so that's that done. Got baby boos in there, giant pumpkin in the middle, and then I've got 2 small pumpkins on the outside, and then on the other side I've got mixed gourd. So on this side there at the bottom there's mixed gourd. Anyway, I'm going to pop those on. So I've bought a load of manure for the allotment, so I'll do that on a further video. And they're late chilies then. They're Sagona hang on, what are they? Oh, Serrano. They're Serrano chilies, those. They were late appearances, so I don't know how they'll go on. They're a bit small, but keep going. Right, we're outside. I've pulled my purple sprouting broccoli up, so I'm going to sort all that corner out there. I'm going to put sunflowers in there, and then when the sunflowers are finished, they'll be ready to put in the spring vegetables for next year. So I'm going to put in purple sprouting broccoli. I might do a green sprouting broccoli, and I've got some Asturian tree cabbage as well that I'm going to put in there. These are balcony magic, so I've potted these outside. Look at that slug stuff. Yeah, so I've put those outside and they're doing lovely. And they've already got some little buds on the top there. These are me potatoes. Oh, flying there. These are the purple ones, these Mathis ones here. So everything's doing amazing. Look how beautiful they are. And these are all ready to be earthed up. So I've got the compost, so I'll do them next. Yeah, so they're all good. Move my little thing out of the... Surely everybody's got a corner that they just chuck stuff in. Look at the state of that. I've not even done anything with that corner down there yet. Yes, I've put this little mini greenhouse thing with that inside. Get on me ivy. Right. Yeah, I've got some seeds already growing in there. Lettuce and spinach. So they're gladiolis there. That's rubbish. Trevor ate all those. So I've bought some more today. They were Mizuna lettuce. They're my carrots that are sown there. They're all popping up now in my little mini fridge. I've got a few random potatoes two that have popped up in there. I've got kohlrabi in there at the back. That's an nasturtium that I didn't plant that's popped up there as well. It's not doing great in there, to be honest. Everything seems to die. And we've got rocket that's bolted and gone to flower. And there's a bit of mixed lettuce. I love rocket too. It drives me mad, that. That's the borage, that little tiny plant of borage. That's coming on lovely in a pot there. Romanesco was doing well. Slugs seem to be chewing on that one, so I'll pull the bottom leaves off. That's the Cavolo Nero. The stalks are thickening up on the onions in the pots there. The beans are growing well. They're all reaching out, and if you look there, they're all climbing up the netting. All pretty, with the tomatoes still doing well at the front. Sweet peas, they're carrots in there. And the broad beans are getting bigger now. And this has just been a disaster. The spinach is doing good. That's doing all right. Everything else seems to have bolted. The beetroot's doing okay. Full of frogs, look. It's just so busy in there with slugs. Pulled 2 big slugs out of it last night. It's no wonder the frogs are massive in my garden. Yeah, so this is what I'm telling you about radish. So all my radish have bolted in here. So I think it just might be too warm. So I need to whip all that out now. But I've got some other stuff to put in there. Peas. They're doing well as well. So they're just going to start flowering those. So if you can see, they're just starting to flower now. The peas. Just starting to produce flowers. And then we've got just pick as you go lettuce there, just mixed lettuce leaves and potatoes in that one there, and that's curly parsley. I've still got all this here. I've still got my sunflowers and everything. They're getting bigger now. Another week or so, and I think I'll put them in because I've got snails in here now, and they're munching at them. Yeah, I've got a few things that I need to be getting out here. And my tomatoes all look absolutely fabulous. I've been to the garden centre and bought some lettuce and kale, seeing as Trevor keeps eating it. Not kale, lettuce and spinach. There you go. That's the greenhouse. Right, so that's it for today. If you've got this far, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate everybody, and I appreciate all my new subscribers, so welcome to the madhouse. Anyway, I think I'll be at the allotment next, so you look after yourself and see you there. Bye for now.